anxiety?
Anxiety is a disease. It's an imbalance in your brain. It is in me.
Anxiety is distress or uneasiness of mind caused by fear of danger or misfortune. Anxiety is a disorder that makes the sufferer feel worry or fear, which inhibits daily activities. It is panicked uneasiness that can manifest psychologically, physically, or both, as an intensified fight or flight reaction. For some, it is a lingering sense of tension that has a tendency to snowball into uncomfortable or stressful situations. It acts as an emotional avalanche, a thing that grows in intensity as it happens and cannot be easily outrun.
It's considered a sickness, as an ailment that can be fixed or cured. I don't like the idea that as a person I'm broken. If you appear broken, people think of you differently. They see anxiety not as a part of you, but just you. It's a constant shadow over my life, like a little thing on my shoulder, waiting for its chance to manifest and take control. It's a weight tied to my ankles that makes doing anything harder than it needs to be. It's the embodiment of helplessness. Whenever I feel trapped or lost, anxiety creeps up in the form of paranoia, racing thoughts, shortness of breath, tears, nausea. It's taken on a broader meaning to me than its medical classification. I see anxiety as one of the greatest obstacles I've faced and will continue to face in my life. It's my mind's response to mortality, the mortality of those I love, social situations, my future, religion, my life as a whole. While I try not to let it define my story, there's no denying that it has shaped who I am. Anxiety is never ending. It's conquering. It's something that stops me from living my life. Something that makes me cry, makes me question who I am and what I'm doing in the world. What am I doing? I wish it wasn't there. I would do almost anything to make it go away. I don't understand it, and I'm afraid that I never will. It's my fears and my worries bundled into one destructive force. A place where my body and mind reject each other and themselves. A constant push and pull that never stops. It's there every day as a background noise of my life, and there are times when it feels like it is my life, but I'm not my anxiety. I refuse to become my anxiety. I'm little, just a kid. I'm sitting on my bed. I don't remember what I was worried about. It has something to do with a fight I just had with my brother. I don't know what it was about. I'm on my bed. Everything blurry because of the tears in my eyes. I can't catch my breath. I'm crying. My body is shaking. My chest and throat are tight. My entire body is clenched. The next day, I can hardly walk. I didn't go to school. My little body was so sore from the night before. I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know that the night before I had experienced my first panic attack.
Some feel their world is falling apart and that they can't do anything to stop it. Others feel their lives are being ripped to shreds, or even that they're dying. There are sufferers who think something tragic is about to happen to themselves, to people they care about, or to the entire world. Many understand that their fears are irrational, but don't understand why their fears exist at all. Some fear that they are not normal. Others consider their thoughts toxic. Many experience physical manifestations such as tightness in the chest, rapid heart rate, hyperventilating, dizziness, and the inability to breathe. Some describe a hole in their chest, a purely empty feeling, a void in the very center of their being. Others describe an overwhelming tension. To those with an anxiety disorder, it can feel as if all the air is being sucked out of your lungs. To others, it feels as if they're drowning and having a heart attack simultaneously. To these people, anxiety gives a feeling of impending darkness, impending doom. There can be a constant pain from the thought they're being judged for their anxiety. Many feel utterly alone and believe those who have never experienced anxiety disorders do not understand the intensity of the immediate symptoms, the variety of presentation of anxiety, or the lingering effects that bleed into everyday life for those struggling with anxiety disorders.
It's me against anxiety. It keeps me sedated to slowly take over, while I care less and less until it wins. It wins and it kills everything. I'm not crazy. Please tell me I'm not crazy. I have general to severe generalized anxiety disorder, diagnosed by a psychiatrist when I was 10. I have to accept anxiety as a part of my life. I recognize I'm more anxious and neurotic than most. I understand it's genetic. I talk, I journal, I take medication, I see a therapist. I know I need a routine. I avoid triggers. I acknowledge that I will never be comfortable. I will continue to form obsessions with what distracts me. I will fall into bad habits. I will forever be reminded that anxiety is never ending. I have been hospitalized on 3 occasions. The first, I'd expressed suicidal thoughts. The second, I had attempted suicide. The third, my last suicide attempt. I felt imprisoned at school that one day. I walked right off the building. I drove home, and I attempted to overdose on prescription pills. This is a cycle. No matter what I do, it happens again. Again and again. Anxiety is never ending. I woke up today not upset about anything. I actually got dressed today and I made the bed. The idea of eating doesn't scare me too much, and that's really good. I was able to make phone calls today and make a doctor's appointment. Those are things I usually can't do. It's almost 3 and I haven't cried yet today. How prevalent anxiety is in my life changes on a literal day-to-day basis. There are days I forget it even exists, and I think to myself, wow, I'm normal. The days where I can't leave bed. I can't leave my apartment. Why does this happen? Why does it change? More and more often, there seems like less of a reason for any of my episodes to happen. It's easy to find potential reasons, but they just don't seem to make sense. They don't add up. Why can't I leave my bed? Why can't I do normal day-to-day activities? Why can't I function? I don't know. I try to figure it out. I think about it all the time. What's its source? What causes it? The only thing I've found is fear. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm scared I won't be able to breathe. That I won't be able to go to class or work or whatever it is, because I won't be able to stop myself from crying, from hyperventilating. If my worries and fears come to the surface for the world to see, if people notice, that means it's real. It isn't all in my head, and it keeps growing, keeps going on and on. Anxiety is never ending. It's not going to end. This feeling, this state is never ending. I feel like the more I talk to people, the more people my age I find with anxiety problems, or just mental health problems in general. Often depression, anxiety, eating disorders, the list goes on. Is it just people are talking about it now? Or is this a new development? While the stigma surrounding anxiety is less pronounced than it used to be, mental disorders of all kinds are still too often mistaken as weaknesses. It's hard to overcome the cultural impulse to look down on those who struggle with things unseen. People shouldn't have to solely figure out on their own what to do with their anxiety or how to live. More solutions should be available. It should be easier to seek help and known you are not alone. Anxiety disorders are something a large population of the world has to deal with. It's this ugly beast that lives in our bodies. A beast who makes its way to the surface too often for some of us. It's this mental trap that debilitates one physically, emotionally, and socially. Anxiety is portrayed as something easy to overcome. For us, that's just not true. It's alive, and it's present in what we do and what we are. Anxiety is never ending. This is never ending.